What is going on, everybody? It's Matt Marchese, also known as Islanders Daily. Your daily news from the four-time Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders. And this is just going to kind of be a recap episode talking about the Islanders. Obviously, they played two games over the weekend. I did not film on those days, so we're just kind of going to talk about them now and recap it a little and just kind of figure out everything that went on in the game and what can we expect from the Islanders going forward. Obviously, the first game was against the Minnesota Wild, a game in which David Riddick started. And I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot to talk about that game. The Islanders got their asses kicked by the Minnesota Wild. The first time that I feel like the Islanders got their ass kicked in a little while. Just not a game that was competitive at all. It reminded me of those early season games against the Capitals and the Jets, and the Wilds just dominated us. I mean, it was 2-0, and then Heineman did score, but then it was 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, and then eventually Kaprizov would score again and make it 5-2. It just wasn't a competitive game. The Islanders were never in it. And yeah, it just shitty game all around, so I don't want to go too much into talking about that one. There wasn't a lot to talk about. I think the whole team in general looked pretty bad. That game, not anything good. I do want to talk a little bit about Romanov and D'Angelo as they kind of continue to struggle a little. Obviously played better against the Rangers, but still they're kind of getting stuck in these positions which are nearly impossible to get stuck in, and they're allowing teams to get grade A opportunities when they shouldn't. They need to clean it up. Obviously, like I said, they played better against the Rangers, but yeah, that Wild game's just a game to forget. Just put it in the back of your head and never think about that one again. And I doubt people will think about that one again, as the Wild aren't the most of relevant teams to the Islanders and, to a lot of teams. But yeah, then that leads into our game against the Rangers, and now that was a fun one. The Islanders completely flipped the script and just dominate the Rangers the very next day, and I'm so happy. I was a little nervous going into this game because the Rangers are dog shit at home, but they continue. They fall to 0-6-1 at home. The Rangers still have not won, and they've been getting dominated. I believe they've been shut out 5 times out of their 7 games at home, which is embarrassing. That's embarrassing for the New York Rangers, and I'm so happy the Islanders could add on to that embarrassment of the Rangers in that game. And yeah, I mean, Ilya Sorokin played unbelievable. He played great. And that was the Sorokin we've been looking for. And maybe he's starting to find something, a little Sorokin. I'm going to bring up a stat about him in a little bit before or after we talk about these games and such. But yeah, he might be starting to find something a little here, Sorokin. He played solid against the Capitals, now against the Rangers. And yeah, we'll just have to wait. But the biggest star of the game is easily Bo Horvat. He's scoring at a rate that I've been wanting to see from Bo Horvat since he was traded to the New York Islanders. Obviously scoring more goals, and he's at 11 goals on the year, which is essentially tied for second. The most goals in the league is 12. Horvat is there at 11, and yeah, he's been unbelievable. He is scoring at a crazy rate, and that one goal he scored from the assist by Jonathan Drouin, that was a crazy one. I can't believe Drouin dropped that puck off, sitting right in front. I'm so shocked that he did that, because anytime you're in that position, you think, Drouin is going to shoot it, but Drouin has kind of showed time and time again that he's not the biggest, what's the word I'm looking for, player who likes to shoot. He struggled shooting, so he does a crazy pass, backwards pass. Horvat, though, just rips that one in for a goal, and that was awesome. That was an awesome goal. Definitely one of my favorite goals I've seen in recent times by the Islanders. And they beat the crap out of Shesterkin in that game, and that made me happy. Obviously, Drouin also did score a goal against the Rangers, so just a great game by Drouin, Horvat. I mean, everybody was clicking that game. I can't say a bad thing. It was, two opposite games, a Jekyll and Hyde game right there. You were horrible the night against the Wild, and then the next night against the Rangers in Madison Square Garden, you're on fire. And the Rangers continue to suck at home, which makes me happy. And that makes me, gives me some happiness in my life to see the Rangers continue to struggle at home. It's just crazy to think about, really. And then, obviously, I want to see when Rangers, they play home against the Predators. That is a team I think they could win. If they don't win against the Predators, Rangers might lose every single game at home this year. I'm joking. That wouldn't happen. But if it did, it would be the funniest thing ever. But it's not possible. It's not possible. And yeah, so the Islanders, go into Madison Square Garden and destroy the Rangers. And that's all you can ask for. That's what the Islanders wanted. That's what the Islanders needed. And because they've been losing. They haven't beat. They were before that game. They didn't beat the Rangers in Madison Square Garden since 2023, I believe. So to go in there first game and win 5-0 and just embarrass them. There was an awesome picture the Islanders posted on their Instagram where they like cropped the photos of all the fans, or like they just said hanging in the Louvre or something. I forget what it was, but you see, I think it was on Horvat's goal, just standing there celebrating, and all the fans in the back, and there's one Islander fan pumping his arm into the crowd and everything. So that was just really cool. I really liked that post a lot. And yeah, that was just awesome. That was just awesome. And the Islanders just dominated the Rangers. And then after the game, JT Miller talked and said that the Islanders, they couldn't defend the rush. And he said, thinks the Islanders have the best rush offense in the NHL, which is crazy to hear from what the Islanders used to be. I mean, they never had that type of offense. They never got praise from other players. I mean, that's not true. When Barry Trotz was here, obviously they got praised for their defensive style of play, but it's been a long time since anybody praised the Islanders offensively, so that was kind of crazy to hear JT Miller say. I know Ranger fans have started to get upset with JT Miller too, so just weird how the Rangers, they're such a weird team, because how is a team, what are they, 7-1-1 on the road and 0-6-1 at home? You're supposed to play better at home, and the Rangers don't. The Islanders pretty even, actually, at 4-3-1 at home and then 3-3-1 on the road. So, the Islanders playing 500 hockey. Obviously, they're at 16 points now, which is 2 points out of the playoffs, because the Eastern Conference is a juggernaut this year. So, every game counts. Every game counts if you want to make the playoffs, and the Islanders know that. I'm sure a lot of teams know it. I mean, you just got to play your game. Obviously, the Sabres are back in last place. But yeah, the Islanders need to find a way to kind of sustain winning and figure it out. And then I know to kind of, we'll get over it. But yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good sledding for the Islanders. And then obviously the thing I wanted to talk about was Ilya Sorokin, since, everything that has transpired. Obviously he passed Billy Smith on the franchise shutout list after that win. And then this is the crazy one. Ilya Sorokin, in 6 games since that Naumovs became the goaltender coach and Pierre Greco was let go, Sorokin is 2-1-2, a 2.14 goals against average with a .915 save percentage, which has been much improved from how he started the year. And that's really good. And then since October 31st, Sorokin has a .952 save percentage with a 1.3 goals against average. And then that is the best in the NHL compared to goalies who have made 3 starts over that span. So maybe Sorokin's finally finding his game. That's all we can hope for, is that Sorokin finds that game, and that, we need him to find that game. And then finally, Kayshawn Aitchison. I know we've been talking about him a lot in the comments where people are saying an enforcer. I don't know about that. I mean, he's a pure goal-scoring beast right now in the OHL, Kayshawn Aitchison, as a defenseman nonetheless. What is he at? 15 goals. He scored a first-period hat trick the night before. And Aitchison, man, if he's able to keep up this level of play, I can't wait till he's on the Islanders. Could be as soon as next year if he continues up this play. And then there's some, douches on like the Hurricanes, Devils, Rangers fans saying it's the OHL. Who cares? Who cares? This guy. This guy cares, because Aitchison is tearing it up, and hopefully it continues. But yeah, that's going to be all for today's episode. Obviously, guys, leave your comments down below, and we'll respond to more comments. Obviously, the Islanders have a game tomorrow against I think it is the New Jersey Devils, I want to say. Yes, it is. It is the New Jersey Devils. They have a game tomorrow, and game number 2 in this road trip that they're going on. After this, they'll head out west against the Vegas Golden Knights against the Devils, and the Devils are a good team, 11-4. So this is going to be a tough game for the Islanders. With the Devils having a high-powered offense, we'll see how they're able to contain it. But yeah, that's going to be all for today's episode. As always, leave your comments down below. I love to get discussions going with you guys. And then, as always, let's go Islanders.